This tutorial is on editing existing lessons or tests. To see how to create lessons, please see the other video. The link is below in the description. To edit an existing one, we are going to first click Edit Lesson for one of the ones that we have created before. And if we find a place that we want to edit, let's do another bullet point for real-world applications, and either hit Control S to save, or if you make further edits, you'll also notice that there's a Save button at the very bottom instead of Control S. Both work to edit a lesson. To edit a test, find the test question, and you'll notice that there's a correct answer and 3 incorrect answers is common for the tests that are created by the AI. Let's say that we want to edit this question here. You click on Edit, and you can edit the question or any of the answers. In this case, let's just do an incorrect answer of a rectangle and save that. That's the quick way to edit both lessons and tests. Next, let's go over the very powerful Wiki toolbar. Notice that when you're editing a lesson as a tutor, the Wiki toolbar will stay fixed at the top. Depending on where you put your cursor is where you are going to add new text. Hover over these icons and you'll see what it does. This is a heading, this is bold, this is italic. We'll go through each one now individually. Put your cursor where you want to add text. And let's just say we want to add a new header here for why build curves. And we should be back to a normal paragraph text as we hit enter. And let's just add some text here. Now, I could bold this by clicking bold. I can italicize a word, or we could also make these bullets. Let's make these a few sentences first so the bullets look nicer. And now let's highlight these 3 and make them bullets. Again, these are mostly standard from your typical wiki. And to add a table, very similar to the one that we had before, click on this one and let's just do 3 rows, 2 columns. And we'll do y equals x squared plus 1, which was our function. And I won't complete all of the data here, but you'll get the idea that this is how to create a table. Now, if we wanted to link something here, we use the hyperlink. And we could link this, for example, to google.com. And that becomes a hyperlink. Next is image. And if I want to add an image, put the cursor where I want the image, click on this and select the image. Or you may also find that you can easily just drag and drop a file into there. And we have now added the image. You can drag it actually directly into this page as well. That is the standard ones, and next we'll cover the ones that are unique to this wiki. Next we'll show the icons that might be a little bit more unique to this wiki for VizaLearn, beginning with the video icon. Let's first put the cursor in a location where I want to place my video. And you'll notice that the videos that we can insert are only from YouTube, and if you have the rights and you know the ID of that video, which you can typically find in the URL of a YouTube video, go ahead and insert it here, and the student will be able to play that video. Now, this next example is probably more for a language course than it is for a math course, but since we're in this wiki, next one we'll do is the study the language, one which will pronounce a word or a phrase. I'm going to do a phrase, how would I graph a polynomial? And it will pronounce it in the language that you see here, and this is the 2-letter language code. So this is English and Spanish and French, for example. And so it'll pronounce how would I graph a polynomial when the student clicks on this icon. The next one that we'll do, the next two are actually equations, but one is for inline and the other is on a new line. Now, why would we want two different ones? Let's just say, for example, how did we do this one? Let's graph a curve with y equals x squared plus this. Let's remove this right here. And now if we want an equation that's inline here, we click on this one for inline, and this is LaTeX. So if you know math LaTeX, it will now convert that. Let's graph the equation y equals x squared plus 1. It added it right there. Now, the next one is on its own line, and this is probably for more complex equations, such as an integral. And this is still a simple integral, but if you have complicated equations that you would prefer to have on its own line, you do it like this. And it's larger, and you can see that integral, again, using LaTeX. Now, these last two that you will see are going to be AI prompt based. So let's just say that we want to create a graph. I know we already have a graph of this function, but let's do it from different points now, from -5 to 5 for that function that we did earlier. And this is how it's done. Graph a function, I can say different types of graph like line chart, pie chart, bar chart, etc. But I want to graph it from -5 to 5. I hit generate. The AI will create this chart and place it in that position. That's graphing. And the last one is a flow chart. And let's do a step-by-step instruction of a flow chart of what a student needs to do to plot a graph. So we click on, let's make sure the cursor is right there, a flowchart prompt, again, AI based. They say construct a flowchart that describes the steps to plot a graph, including the table of points and any decision points about testing functions. And there it is. It's created my flowchart. So that wraps up the icons. The second half of these icons in the Wiki toolbar are a bit unique to VizaLearn, but you're going to find that they're very, very powerful. At the end, don't forget to hit save by hitting Control S, or once again, going to the bottom and clicking save here. That's it. Again, for creating new lessons, you'll find a different YouTube video. See the link in the description. Have a good day.